Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for SBB Live. We're here with Assisting Hands of Fort Myers and Naples, and I'd like to introduce you to Phil Rizzo. Phil, take it away.
Good morning. Hi, my name is Phillip Rizzo. I own Collier County, and I'm here with Esther.
Hello, I'm Esther Thomas, and my family owns the Lee County and Charlotte County Assisting Hands.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to have a couple of questions for you guys. I'll start off with Phil. Phil, can you tell us when is the right time to look for home care?
You know, the best time to get home care is before there's a crisis. And so I always recommend having a free home assessment or a free home safety evaluation with our company so we can come in and make sure that we're going to prevent a crisis situation or a fall with a broken hip or something of that nature. And that is a service that we do all the time. And we'll come out and we'll make a recommendation. And you may not even want that recommendation at that point, but you want to have more information on the front end than have a catastrophic situation or an acute situation and then kind of go from the hospital.
And I'm going to kind of jump in too on that one. It's super important to have it done before you think you need it. So definitely it's great to meet with us. It's free, no obligation. You know, even do some paperwork, because the worst time and the worst time I talk to families is when someone's in the hospital and then they need care right then, right now. It's usually Saturday at 10 p.m. You know, that's not a time to fill out paperwork. Unfortunately, everything is regulated by the state, so there is paperwork, and when someone's in the hospital, it's not a great time. So, you know, signing up ahead of time, I have found, even if you're not going to use it right away, you can remain inactive in the system, and as soon as you need something, we're literally just a call away.
And that's a good point. I'll make one other comment on that, is we can get you signed up and have a quarterly supervisory visit, and so that we are prepared if there is a fall or a crisis situation, so we know what's going on and we can step in as you transition back home right away. Let's say, for example, you go to the ER for one day or maybe a half a day and you get discharged home right away. You know, we can already be prepared to handle that situation.
Fantastic. And I know that there's a lot of things to consider when you're looking for services like this. What would you say the most important things are, like the three most important things to look for when you're hiring a company?
Well, I always recommend working with a company when there's owner and family involvement, because what you don't want to do is just hire someone that's going to throw someone into the home that's not prepared, that's not trained, that's not supervised, and just hope it's going to go well. It never goes well. And so when the owner is involved, when the family is involved, you have your name on the door. You want to make sure everyone gets care that's actually appropriate to the client.
It's definitely a higher level of impact. You know, everyone that signs up with us or meets with me, they get my business card, has my cell phone on it, has our after hours. You know, if someone's going to call, you know, late at night or on the weekends, we're going to be there because we feel it. We know, just like our family, we're going to treat our clients like family, because in the end, you know, that's the kind of type of care that people need.
Can you tell us, is Medicare a service that covers this, and what about long-term care insurance?
Yeah, so Medicare actually does not cover the type of care that we provide. Medicare covers like the short-term therapy, nursing, to come out after a hospitalization or a decline. What we mostly do would be private duty care, which offers kind of longer hours. Someone to come in and cook, to clean, to do shower visits, to be a companion and really become part of the family and do those longer hours. And at this point, Medicare does not cover it. But long-term care does. In both of our offices, we come out, you know, we can even look at the long-term care policy, which I think is kind of unique. Yep. You know, I can look and say, you have this many elimination days, this is what you have to do up front, and then we'll make that claim. So families and clients don't even have to deal with long-term care. We sign up the policy, we know how much you can bill at, and we're going to do it from our office so that we can just continue care and not have to worry even about paying the bills.
And just to reiterate, so every policy has an elimination period. So some policies may be 0 days, some policies may be 30 days, some policies may be 90 days. And so what we're saying is we can get involved and kind of coach you through that process, because when you call someone on the phone, you get transferred, you can't talk to anyone in charge, can't find a manager, and you kind of get the runaround. So we're experts in providing that long-term care solution for you.
That's fantastic. And I know this is an important question to a lot of families because they get attached. Is it possible for them to get the same caregiver on every visit, or are they going to have a different caregiver for each visit?
Yeah, no, great question. I get that every time I go out. You know, it's easier for you, it's easiest for us to have one or the smallest team possible going into work with a family. If we're talking with clients with dementia, they're going to get attached to someone and feel more comfortable with them. It's going to break the ice, and it's going to be just a better care plan to have the smallest team possible. That being said, one of the benefits of hiring an agency is if for some reason caregiver is sick, there's an emergency, we have other caregivers that can go in to supplement if needed. And so we're just a call away for that as well. And that way there's no lapse in care, but at the same time, the client's getting friendly and becoming really part of the family to make care great.
Yeah, there's normally an organic relationship that happens. That's what we want to help foster and start with. But I will say, when we have a consistent schedule for our clients, we can have a consistent schedule for our caregivers. So if you wanted a Monday through Friday 9 to 5, we would be able to provide that no problem. If this week you want Monday, next week you want Tuesday, next week you want Friday night, just the nature of the business is going to be a different caregiver.
And specifically speaking on assisting hands, what type of value-added services do you offer?
So one of the great things about us is that, we have nurses on staff. Nurses can do intakes. Nurses do supervisory visits. Again, a home health aide or a CNA going into the home, they really do need a little bit more supervision just to make sure, if something is medically going on, you want someone who is more medically trained. The day-to-day is, greatly managed by caregivers, but someone to go in quarterly, weekly if you want it, at a frequency to make sure that care is really top-notch. And then if there's a decline in care or a decline in kind of status of a client, the nurse is going to find that. And then as a company kind of bonus, we're looking for resources. I love to refer out to Medicare agencies because the longer a client stays in their home, stays healthy, regains, their abilities, the longer that they're going to be happy and healthy. So, we like to be a resource, getting to know the communities in the area, getting to know the Medicare agencies, the different elder law attorneys, getting to know resources in the community is really big for both of us. Just so that we can refer out, even if it's over the phone. I get referrals all the time and I'm talking to them, and maybe home care is not what they need, but I'm able to kind of direct them to the next step or somewhere that they can get the answers so that they're not just constantly calling and Googling, really direct them where they need to go.
Yeah. And along with that, the supervisory visits, we can help train in the home. We can help supervise in the home. We can make sure that the transfers are being done correctly and safely. So, that's the nice thing about having an agency. We have our own employees. So we don't use an independent contractor model where they cannot be supervised, where they cannot be coached, where they cannot be trained. We don't really believe in that. We believe in teaching and training, making sure the caregiver is providing the right service for the client.
That's fantastic. And just, I know this is an important question for the hospitals as well. How can we help reduce hospital admissions?
This is also, very important to the model of private duty and home care. When someone has caregivers in the home, again, they're seeing if there's decline before it gets to the point of hospital admission. They're seeing every day if the client is, furniture walking, if, that's going to reduce a broken hip, a knee replacement if they fall and do something. If you reduce that, again, you can get resources in the home so that they don't have that traumatic event. Also, in terms of the reason people go to the hospital is maybe they're not getting to the doctor, they're not getting proper nutrition, they're not getting the exercises done because they don't have that support at home. So our caregivers are able to provide that support, get them healthy meals, get them to the doctor, make sure that they're being followed by the appropriate medical resources so that they have health, they're able to stay healthy, stay at home, and stay happier. We often find that our clients, and then even bring their caregivers so they know the whole plan of care with their doctors, and they can follow that so that it reduces hospital admissions and it reduces falls.
Yeah, I agree with all that.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today for SBB Live. Did you have any closing remarks about your company or how to get in touch with you if they're interested in booking services?
Good.
Yeah, we're just so excited to be here, and if you ever have any questions or anything, you can contact either of us. If you're in Lear, Charlotte County, our number is 239-337-4263.
Yeah, and I would love to be able to talk to you. You can reach out. You can call our office anytime. Our office hours are 8 to 5, but we are available 24 hours a day, 239-593-4873.
Okay, awesome. Thanks again for joining us for SBB Live.